Okay, this is the third and final video on this curve-to-curve transition piece. Uh, Now, what I'm about to do now is I'm about to do a lot of mirroring. Okay, now before, this object is symmetrical. Okay, and the way we created it allows us to do this. I mentioned before about when we reached this midpoint, I started changing the direction of the green lines, okay, because, like, for example, this line and this line are directly behind one another in this front view, and the same thing for this line and this line, okay. So you have to create it properly in order to be able to do this. And also, again, this object is symmetrical, so just don't automatically assume that you can start mirroring pieces. It really needs to make sense, okay. So the first mirror that I want to do is for the area. Well, let me back up a minute. Again, this triangle is this triangle, and these 6 lines that we've developed here are basically the front quarter from here to here, okay. So what I want to do, since I'm created it the same way, I want to mirror behind this line. Okay, so what I will do, I'll select mirror, okay, and then I will just mirror across like that. I do not want to erase source objects, okay, and I will copy the triangle, okay, because we've reached the triangle on the back side, okay. So I will use align, and first source point, okay, actually I need to do one more thing. Okay, you can see that this goes with a pattern here: green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow. Now my next line is actually a yellow line, okay, and that is the same as one of the edges of this triangle. Okay, if you think about that for a minute. So I need to add another line where I can actually align the next triangle. So what I will do, all these yellow lines, because of the way I created it, have been 2.136. So let me just create it one more, 2.136, and then I will move this circle into place. Now I have 2 intersection points, or so I can align my triangle. So let me copy the triangle out again, and then align. First source point is what AutoCAD is asking for, and now it's asking for first destination point. That's going to be on the intersection there. Second source point here. And then second destination point will be here, okay. And then specify third source point. I don't care about that. I'll just select enter to continue, and then enter again, and AutoCAD brings my triangle into place for me, okay. So now let me get rid of that, okay. And finally, let's see if we can mirror across this part of the development, okay, for the other half of the curved part of the development, okay. So I will mirror. Let me select those lines, okay, and I'll mirror across the midpoint of the triangle. Erase source objects, no, okay. Now what I need to do is to create a spline on the top and the bottom, using the endpoints as my snap points. And sometimes they have a hard time sticking to the end for some reason, so if you just type END in the command line, it'll only look for endpoints. Hit enter 3 times. Okay, that's that spline. Do it one more time for the bottom. now I've reached this this point on the triangle, so I'll just go ahead and end the spline here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'll come back and pick this one up again here. One, two, three. Okay. Now you should be able to. Now it won't be exact, of course, but your opening here or your spline length should be pretty close to the circumference of the circle. So let's check that first. The circumference is pi. Okay. So let me use the list command on this, and you can see that we have an error of some sort there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I can tell pretty much what it is. Okay, it's the again the yellow line I need to append to the end. Okay, and that line has been same every time, 2.136. Okay. 0.2618. Okay. All right. So let's try to create that spline again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I could have actually left this spline alone, I believe. I was a little hasty in deleting it. Okay, so let's check the length of this again. Okay, and it's 3.1438, which pi is 3.1416, so that's pretty close. All right, and the sum of this spline and this spline should be pretty close to pi as well, because they're the two halves of this circle that is the same size as the original circle. Okay, so let's check this. We're looking for something about 1.7. Okay, 1.5565. So let's oh, actually that's right. So 1.5565 times 2 is 3.113. It's not exactly pi, but it's pretty close. All right, 1.5719. .5719 plus 1.5565, 3.1284 is the sum of those two splines. So it's within a couple of hundredths. Okay, so that's acceptable. All right, and that's what the completed development looks like on the curve-to-curve transition piece.